Hey, I don't know what's going on. Technology, guys,
Technology, you gotta love
does
it.
not work, and this idea of streaming in YouTube straight, he asked me to do scheduling,
Good morning, everybody.
and the
This is our
schedule don't work.
our stuff, not your
Oh
stuff.
my God. We're gonna switch back on Facebook next time.
Whatever. Welcome, everybody. Good morning. We're here with Art Chat with Bogdan and John, and we're here to talk a little bit about our art. The whole purpose of Art Chat is to show you what Bogdan and I have been working on in our art careers and what we have for sale. So
You have some water?
everything here is for sale.
I need to put some water to stop the fire in my head because I can see the smoke coming out of my ears.
Yes, yes. You gotta come down off that
Oh God.
technology frustration high.
Hi, let's make this official and let's start the introduction of the
Oh, we have to hear the music.
absolutely, if it's working, because nothing is working. I don't even know how to control these things.
Now that looks familiar.
You want to do some housekeeping?
Just did that.
Okay. So why don't we jump with the presentation then?
Let's do it. Let's get to it.
So guys, the first two pieces are mine. So let's see, what did I prepare for you today? And those are both from a series called Urbana, which is a very pop art, if you want, mixed media pieces, both of them. So let's start with Zoya. Zoya, guys, as you know, I have this character, Urbana, came from nowhere, kind of the spirit of the streets, the angel of the streets. It's that entity that is watching you, that is protecting you while, being outside. She is watching you all the time and, like I said, protecting you. This is actually a photograph, and what I've done, I painted over this face, and I created in various ways, in various looks. Sometimes it's sleeping, sometimes it's awakened. It's very simple done, and you don't know exactly what is the expression in her eye. Is it worried? Is it happy? Is it? But it's the point of it is she is there. She is with us at every single step while we were on the streets.
So this is Urbana, but you're calling it Zoya. Is that a different name?
It's because at some point I can't have every pieces of this series called Urbana. So
is that also a woman's name?
Yes. So I said, why don't Urbana is
the overarching
the umbrella of the concept? And then we have Zoya, we have Flora, we have many others names.
Whatever.
So because, Urbana can be anybody, can be any name, actually. So this is the idea of it. I think it's a fantastic artwork. It's not a big artwork. It's coming framed on 20 by 24 frame, and it's probably 18 by 15 inch, the actual image.
I love the colors.
Yeah, and I think it's a nice add to a classic home, as well as into a more modern pop art, young.
Sure, it's got that real mid-century vibe to it as well. Kind of
Cubist. It was very funny.
Little Picasso going on there.
What I choose here as a signature, because you have to sign your artwork. I did a stencil with
I see that. I love it.
Spray paint, and I had a customer who bought 3 pieces at some point, and they were, looking over, and they could not make up this word Bogdan, and I said, "What is there?" And I was like, I said, "It's stencil, it's a spray paint." No, but what it is, what it means, it's my name. Oh my God. So yes, This is Zoya from the Urbana series, guys. If you like it, it's still available here in Silver Sea Studios and on my website at bogdanphotoart.com. Beautiful. The second piece is a larger piece. This is a 48 by 36 piece. It's called Petit Paris, just because it's the architecture of a Parisian window, actually. And that's because Bucharest is called Petit Paris because in the 1930s, when we redesigned the city actually called a lot of French architects to design.
It's really got that old world charm, and then to see it in such decay is kind of heartbreaking.
Yeah, and it's a little more
but beautiful at the same time.
Added. I mean, because this is a collage at some, it's a photography, but it's a collage photography, composing many photographs, and on top of it, it's acrylic paint, so that it adds some texture to it that you can not only because you don't have to touch it, but feel it in a way, you know, and very grungy.
So graffitied the graffiti?
Yes, and at some point, I don't want to be overpowered by other people's graffiti. I want to create my graffiti, and graffiti, you know how in the real world is, you paint over other graffiti and you tagged.
That's how you get the layering and that. The thing though is yours is not just graffiti in the sense of tagging and things like that. You're doing some very strategic things with paint to bring out elements to strengthen, and sometimes they're patterns and things that are significant of Romanian tapestry and things like that.
And I like this juxtaposition of old and new.
Absolutely.
You know, there's two generations in the same frame.
And you do see, I mean, this is a composite image, but you see things like this in Bucharest all the time.
Yes.
And I'm sure in other European capitals, but I think it's stunning. Now, this one is actually a photograph, but it's printed on canvas.
This is a photograph on canvas, and then I chose to have this printed on canvas because I wanted to heavily paint over.
Right.
I could have just paper.
You could have done it on paper, but it would have had a different look.
Yeah, and a paper. What happened with paper? It absorbs the paint very fast, and it makes it very complicated to paint over. So with a canvas, I have and a large canvas, I have more room and more flexibility to play with.
And then it has that gallery wrap, so it doesn't even need to be framed.
It doesn't need to be framed, but if you certainly have a look in your home and it has to go with something, definitely you can put a frame on it.
Yeah, absolutely. You can always frame it.
And it's, you know, the image is wrapped around the part of the artwork, so it doesn't need a final edge.
It's funny because what I think is interesting about this one compared to some of the other pieces you've done, this one is very busy, but it doesn't look busy. It looks almost simplistic compared to.
And there's an element in there in the balcony of life. It's a actually growing tree.
Tree growing out of the building.
You know, it tells the viewer what exactly happens here. What's this coming from? Why is it like that? Where is it? A lot of people that came in the studio, it's like, oh, is this Italy? And it's like, no, it could be anywhere, absolutely. But it's very surprising to many of them when you tell them it's Bucharest.
Right, because people don't have a concept of what Bucharest looks like. And we have a lot of people who come from Mexico and Central and South America, and they'll think this is Mexico City, or they'll think this is Cuba and Havana. It has that kind of universal appeal because that architecture is found all over the world.
And so it's a piece of history in a way because somebody tagged there in the balcony without Onirica, which was a mayor of Bucharest. So there's a little protesting going on as well.
Don't like her anymore. Okay.
But yeah, this is Petit Paris, and it's available as well, both here in the studio or you can find it in my website at Bogdan Photo Art.
Everything is on the website as well.
Exactly. And if you want to come by the studio, I want just to remind you that Saturday.
Today's Thursday.
It's an open art studios here at Silver Sea Studios. All artists and all studios will be open for you guys to come and look at some art.
And that's true every month. We have the second Saturday and the third Saturdays,
Correct.
Open studios.
Correct. Unlike others, our studio is open most of the
We're here
time.
every day.
We're here working, and
Every day but Sunday.
We're happy to have everybody come in. And saying that, we still have some little amazing deals for Christmas time. So if you guys still looking for little pieces of work for friends and families, come and see us.
Great stocking stuffers.
Yay. Try to feed that in a stocking.
Yeah, you got big stockings. Yeah.
You go into a Zine Fest this weekend.
Yes, this
you?
weekend, while Bogdan is holding down the fort here at Third Saturday, I will be attending and tabling at the Zine Fest Houston. This is a zine fair that goes on every year. And I believe this is, looking at this slide, it's the 30th anniversary.
Wow.
So this has been going on for quite a while. And zines, if you don't know what a zine is short for magazine. And they are small, homemade, usually small run indie publishing. Could be magazines, could be comic books, could be novelettes, could be just flyers. It's just creative things that people are doing with self-publishing in this kind of offbeat indie world.
And a couple of months ago, we went to Austin, and there was a library there having their own zine and collecting zine.
Oh yeah, there are libraries to collect
for other authors.
Well, that's how I found out about it, because I was a librarian for 30 years. It's great
because they describe this as rarities. So
oh my God, they're almost one-offs. Sometimes they are one-offs,
which is I found it very interesting.
But it's a very, very different crowd. It's a very exciting kind of bohemian atmosphere going on. And again, this is the biggest one we have here in Houston every year. There's another one that is based more on photography. And then, of course, like Bogdan said, we just went to the one in Austin. I'll also be attending one in San Antonio in December. So we're moving around, doing the zine stuff.
How about your Earthen exhibition? Is still going on?
Earthen is still up. It is up until just after Thanksgiving. So it's up all next week as well. And then it's coming down. So still not too late to go and see the show
and buy some.
And buy all but 3 are still available. We sold 3 already. So yeah, the show is there. I'm very proud of this show.
Yes, it looks really good.
It really looks good. They look good together, and it's interesting because I have a small studio at home where I paint. I haven't seen them all together until we hung them in this show. I saw them individually and in groups, but not all together. So I think it's a lovely show. It, I think, has been something I've wanted to paint for a long time. And this is kind of the culmination of a lot of things that I've been doing. So
let's just remind everyone that the show is in the West Gallery here at Silver Sea Studios.
Down by door 4. It's a separate little gallery space that the building allows us to have month-long shows on a rotating basis for the tenant artists here at Silver Street. And mine was October, November.
Fantastic. So before we move forward, I want to remind everybody, we talked about this last time. We recently had 2 articles, both John and myself.
Oh, yes.
In the Voyage Houston. I think it was,
or as I would say, Voyage, but okay.
And you can read more about our artistic endeavor in depth in these both articles. They are online under the, say that again.
Voyage.
Voyage
is fine too. I don't care. Sounds better, doesn't it?
Sounds exotic, doesn't it? So yes, that's Voyage. Now, next, I had a commission this week, and it just ended. And yesterday, I actually went to hang the pieces up on the wall. I think they are fantastic.
At the collector's home.
Yeah. If you guys are watching this show, Presha and Lynn, thank you so much.
Yes.
It was a pleasure working with you. Hopefully there'll be more projects down the road. we'll see. But you know, actually, the pictures on the left, which is called Chain, was created because one of them said, "I really like this artwork you do, but do you have something with doors?"
Yes, she's
And
a collector of doors.
right.
And so you were able just to create this piece out of all the photography that you've taken.
Yeah, there are so many photographs and so many bits and pieces and graffitis and tags, because, you know, but they are all from one place, from Bucharest. And then I put it all together so that it looked, you know, somewhat pop art, grungy,
I think it looks
graffiti
great.
like, and exactly like others. It's photography and acrylic paint and spray paint together.
Mm-hmm. And I think they're very pleased. I think the photos you showed me of the pieces in their home, their beautiful home, is just amazing.
They're great.
That's
Yeah,
great.
They look very good. I don't have a picture here, but they are all on social media. Anyway, talk about the next exhibition at Silver Sea Studio.
We have a new show. We have a variety of shows during the year, 4 or 5 during a year. Our next show is starting in December, and that is called Home. We have a guest curator, Heather Brahman, who is coming in to help us display the show, to actually site curate the show. And it is an exhibition that will be going until February.
Mm-hmm.
So the theme is home. We'll see what the artists do with that. And in addition, because we have just joined the local chapter of the Interior Designers Association, they'll be having their meeting here in February. And we're also allowing all the artists who want to create a chair for the exhibition.
And you just started.
I just started my chair. It's in progress. It's going to look a lot different from this, but yeah, my chair is well on its way. And I hear other artists are making chairs, others are decorating chairs. Some are welding chairs together. It's going to be interesting.
I've seen some varieties here already in the studios at some artists. They are amazing.
Yeah. It's going to be fun to see what people create. And the artists really come out for these kinds of special deals. So anyway, we'll see. My chair will be bumpy and multicolored, and we'll see how it ends up. I really don't know. That's the beauty of the kind of artwork I do. I won't know till it's done.
And if it doesn't sell, I have to,
you know,
what?
We can use it to reach things on the top shelf.
Okay, guys, it's the middle of the show. We want to thank you for being here with us today, for collecting us, for supporting us, for, motivate us to move forward with this art business.
Absolutely. It only works because of you.
What else do I have here? I already talked about these guys last time who collected the
Texana series.
Texana reinvented, I called it, because, you know, there are sceneries of Texana in this series where I mix it with some illustration, with some paint. So I created almost something cartoonish, if you want, with
it's pop. With
a real feeling of an unexpected.
And there's only so many pictures of barns and horses and cows that you can do. I mean, you've made something new and interesting and exciting, while still giving honor to the fact that we live in Texas and in a rural kind of economy. Well, not economy in Houston, but
look how great they look together there, the three of them.
Yeah, they really do pop.
What else do I have here for you guys? We've been at Exxon a few weeks back, and again, I want to thank everybody for supporting us there.
That was an exciting 2 weeks we got to spend there.
Now let's move forward to your art pieces for today.
Lovely. The two I'm going to talk about are Summits. These are both part of the Earthen show. Some mountain ranges that I'll be talking about, and then Shelter, which is one of the sand series, part of that show. So we'll talk about those next. Now, Summits is part of a 4-panel piece, and they are available together, and that's the entire scene. What I tried to create is this abstract notion of a mountain range. I wanted to capture the darks and the lights and the textures and the roughness of it all. But I wanted to strip away anything that was trying to make it look realistic. So I stripped away anything about shading or weather or foliage or snow.
Yeah.
I
Simplified.
I just wanted the idea of the colors and the feeling and the textures of a mountain range. So I think they look really, really good individually. And obviously they were painted to go as a set of 4, but I'll give a deal if you buy all 4. They're $850 each, and I'll do all 4 for $3,000. But I have it here. If that's
yes. Why don't you show us?
it's a great size, 20 by 24, and this particular one is called Summits. And trying to get, there's a lot of texture on there. I don't know if you can see the texture. That's actually how I started. Is I put the texture on first, and then tried to paint to the texture that I had created.
I think they're all gorgeous.
I just love the color. To me, they're
either you have 2 of them together or 4 of them together. They pop. They're really lovely.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it. Is the fingers look like they're part of the part of the painting. But I do think that these colors, these are the colors of my youth. These are, I had sweaters this color in the 70s, and I just think these earth tones are very, very pleasing.
They're very nice. Very nice.
And so that's Summits.
And then the next one
Exploring the mountains. And then this one is called Shelter, Exploring Sand. Another aspect of Earth. So what I wanted to create here is this idea of a roughness, and these are very coarse. These are on paper. These 4 are on paper. And I wanted the idea, how you go beach combing, you go walking down the beach, and you discover little things that are exposed in the sand or half covered by sand. And then I also lived in a desert area in New Mexico. And, one day the road would be half covered with sand, and the next day you'd see something you haven't seen in ages because the sand blew. So there's the idea that it's always moving. It's heavily, there are all kinds of surprises in sand. And I have the piece here. They're framed with glass.
It is really heavy.
They're nice and heavy, but you only get something other than glare. But just to see the size, Bogdan framed them for me in this beautiful gold frame. I think they're really, really stunning. Again, they look great together, but they also look good alone. You have some more slides of them?
Yes. Let's see how this piece would look in a variety of other settings. Yeah, I love them.
Yeah, to me, they would look great in a beach home. And I think that's the kind of vibe there. And I know a lot of people around here have beach homes, but the whole idea was to look at Earth from different points of view. And last time we looked at rock and kind of the creative forces of the planet. Now we're looking at the idea of mountains, rough rock, just kind of the backbone of the Earth, and this sand, which is the kind of the bit that covers and hides as well as reveals. I just find them full of life and movement and energy.
I think, and all of them are so lovely. All 4 of them, 4 or 3.
There are 4 of sand.
4. They're very beautiful.
Thank you. They were a lot of fun to do, and I really, really like the collection.
Guys, if you are in Houston, come and see it here at Silver Sea Studios.
Also available online, but sometimes you want to see it. But I get that.
There's a lot of things with art you want to see it before you make a decision.
There are some things. There are other times I just see a thing and I know it, and I'd buy it online. So it just depends on the person and the piece.
Well, yeah, that's the main pieces, guys, that we wanted to feature in today's show. We also want to remind you that we have a podcast going on. You can listen to John on your preferred audio platform, and that will be Spotify, iHeart,
Whatever.
Amazon.
There are all kinds of things, but the podcast is an audio podcast, but it's also a video podcast, a video cast. I don't know what you call those, but a visual version on YouTube. So you can get to those things through my website. Just click on that, and it'll take you right there.
And we also have a blog, a classic blog, if you want to read. Then and then we have a lot of vlogs going on the John Bishop Fine Art channel on YouTube.
The whole idea is to give you guys a bunch of views onto our lives and onto our art businesses, depending upon what you're interested in. So hopefully all of that content will be of interest.
Fantastic. So pretty much this is it for today, isn't it?
Marvelous. We're having a busy week and busy weekend. So hopefully you guys are too. Have a lovely week, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you, guys.
Bye now.
See you soon.